She said, "I love you, but I'm not happy," while secretly paying her trainer $200 a week for private sessions. So I let her go, watched her spiral, then exposed her lies, affairs, and fake lawsuit plans one by one until she lost everything. She said she loved me, but she wasn't happy. That simple sentence haunted me at 2:47 a.m. as I sat in the dim blue glow of my apartment, trying to piece together how everything we built crumbled so quietly. My name is Ryan. I'm 29 years old, and I had spent the last 6 years with a woman I thought I knew better than I knew myself. Her name was Sarah, and to everyone watching from the outside, we were a perfect couple. We met in college, moved in together after graduation, spent holidays with each other's families, and shared plans about marriage, kids, and a future wrapped in mutual support. But that was before she started whispering that sentence. Before her eyes looked through me instead of at me. The first time she said it, we were browsing engagement rings online. I had saved for months, worked overtime, skipped nights out, just to finally show her I was ready for forever. I pulled up the browser tabs, excited to get her opinion. She glanced at the screen, then sighed. "I love you, but I'm not happy." Those words were like a punch to the gut. I asked her what she meant. She just said, "Nothing, I don't know. Forget it." But I couldn't forget, because she kept saying it. Every time we talked about a future house, a vacation, our wedding, it would creep back in, like a ghost, always there. I tried everything. Couples therapy, which she attended twice before declaring it useless. Weekly date nights, surprises, giving her space, talking less, talking more. Nothing changed. Her words remained the same. "I love you, but I'm not happy." And then 3 weeks ago, I found out why. Her phone buzzed while she was in the shower. A Venmo notification from someone named Derek C. It read, "For last night. Worth every penny as always." My blood froze. I shouldn't have looked further, but I did. His Venmo feed was public. A stream of payments to Sarah, with messages like, "Thanks for everything. Can't wait for next time. You're amazing." I felt like I was watching my relationship die, one transaction at a time. When she came out of the shower, I asked her, "Who's Derek?" She froze, then laughed. "Oh, from work. We grab drinks sometimes with the team. Every week, late at night." I let it go that night, but something in me snapped. I started paying attention. Late nights, yoga classes, new lingerie I'd never seen. Her phone always tilted away. She was living a life beside me, not with me. 2 weeks ago at dinner, she said it again. We were talking about renewing our lease. She looked me in the eyes and said, "I love you, but I'm not happy." This time I said it back. "I know." She looked shocked. "I'm just going through something." "For 8 months." She cried. Real tears. I reached for her hand. She pulled away. "Maybe we need a break." So I gave her one. "You're right," I said. "Life's too short to be unhappy. I'll start looking for a new place tomorrow." She panicked. "Wait, that's not what I meant. Can we talk about this?" I stared at her, the woman who had been sharing my bed for 4 years. "We've been talking for 8 months, Sarah. There's nothing left to say." I moved out 4 days later. Stayed with my brother. She texted nonstop. "You misunderstood. I didn't mean it that way. I love you. Come home." But I knew what she meant. I knew she meant every word. Because Derek wasn't just from work. He was her personal trainer. The one she paid $200 a week for specialized training. And I knew that because Derek's girlfriend found me. On Instagram, through Sarah's tags. She sent screenshots, texts, photos, videos. 8 months of private sessions. 8 months of deceit. 8 months of gaslighting me into thinking I was the problem. Derek wasn't just sleeping with Sarah. He was also sleeping with at least 3 other clients, each of them paying for his attention, for the illusion of love. I did nothing illegal, just forwarded everything to Sarah. Every screenshot, every photo. Her response? "This isn't what it looks like." I laughed, out loud. I didn't sleep with him. It was just flirting. I was confused. You were pressuring me. Sarah, there's a video. She went quiet, then tried again. I was trying to figure out what I wanted. Well, now you can figure it out with Derek. Oh wait, he's got 3 other clients to help with that. She called me 37 times that night. I blocked her on the 38th. But it wasn't over. Not by a long shot. We had a joint lease, shared insurance, a joint expense account. I removed myself from everything, left her the couch, didn't badmouth her, didn't tell friends or family, just disappeared. She, however, told everyone I abandoned her, that I was controlling, that I couldn't handle her needing space. Poor Sarah, right? Until Derek's girlfriend went nuclear. She posted everything on the local Facebook group. 5,000 members. Sarah's mom was an admin. Local news picked it up. Derek wasn't even certified. Just a guy with abs and a smile, charging lonely women premium prices. Sarah's mom called me apologizing. She said Sarah told her I was the abuser, that I cheated, that I stole her money. Mrs. Patterson, I said, I'm not going to badmouth your daughter, but you should ask her about her Venmo history. It's public. Silence. I'm so sorry, honey. Don't be. Life's too short to be unhappy. I planned surprise date nights, left little notes, gave her space when she needed it, clung on tighter when she seemed distant, but nothing worked. Her words kept echoing in my head like a damned mantra. I love you, but I'm not happy. It started to feel like a curse. Like no matter what I did, no matter how hard I tried to be enough, I was always going to fall short in her eyes. I was drowning in confusion while she just floated above it all, detached, like she already had 1 foot out the door. And I guess deep down she did. I just didn't know yet that the door she had 1 foot out of was ours, and the one she had 1 foot in belonged to another man entirely. 3 weeks ago, I found out why nothing I did was ever enough. It was a Sunday morning. She was in the shower, and her phone lit up with a Venmo notification from someone named Derek C. The message said, "For last night worth every penny, as always." My hands went cold. My brain froze. I knew I shouldn't, but I opened the app anyway. His feed was public, and right there, hidden in plain sight, were dozens of payments to her. Late night timestamps. Messages like, "Can't wait for next time," "You're amazing," "Thanks for everything." Every word was a knife in my chest. When she came out of the shower, I was sitting on the bed, trying to pretend my world wasn't crumbling under me. "Who's Derek?" I asked, trying to keep my voice calm. She paused, just for a second, then laughed, too casually. "Oh, from work. We grab drinks sometimes, with the team." My blood ran ice cold. I knew it. I knew in that moment that I was staring at a woman who had been practicing that lie for weeks, maybe months. The worst part was I let it slide. I let her lie to me because I was still hoping I was wrong. But that hope died fast. That same week at dinner, she did it again. Right as we were discussing renewing our lease, she said it. "I love you, but you're not happy." And I just looked at her. For the first time, I let the silence sit there, let her feel it. I said, "I know." Her face twisted, caught off guard. She tried to backpedal, said, "I'm just going through something." I asked, "For 8 months?" That's when the tears started. Real ones this time, or maybe just better performed. I reached for her hand. She pulled away. Then she said the words that finally broke me. "Maybe we need a break." I didn't argue, didn't plead, didn't try to salvage it. I was just done. "You're right," I said, voice calm. "Life's too short to be unhappy." She looked shocked. "Wait, what?" I stood up, picked up my keys. "I'll start looking for a new place tomorrow." "I didn't mean it like that," she said quickly. "Can we talk about this?" "We've been talking for 8 months," I said. "You just never heard me." I moved out 4 days later, crashed with my brother, took my toothbrush, a bag of clothes, and my self-respect. But the story didn't end there, not even close. While I was packing up my life, she was blasting my phone with texts. "You misunderstood. I didn't mean it like that. Can we please talk? I love you. Please come home. But the truth was, she never wanted me home. She just didn't want the lie to fall apart that quickly. And then, like karma itself had a schedule, I got a message that made everything click. Derek's girlfriend reached out to me, found my Instagram through Sarah's page, sent me screenshots, texts, photos, even videos. 8 months worth of deceit. 8 months of her saying, I love you, but I'm not happy, while she played house with another man. Turns out Derek wasn't even from work. He was her personal trainer. The one she paid $200 a week for private sessions because the gym was too crowded. The one who hosted training at his apartment. The one who texted her at 1 a.m. after she claimed to be visiting her sick mom. And even worse, she wasn't the only one. Derek had a roster. At least 3 other women paying him for his attention. And Sarah? She thought she was special. I didn't do anything dramatic. Didn't show up at her door or blow up her life. I just forwarded everything. Every screenshot. Every photo. Every babe text that he'd sent to her. And also to 3 other clients. Her reply? This isn't what it looks like. I laughed out loud. Then she said, I didn't sleep with him. It was just flirting. I was confused. There's a video, Sarah. You don't understand. I was trying to figure out what I wanted. Well, now you can figure it out with Derek. Oh wait. He's got 3 other clients helping him with that too. That night, she called me 37 times. I blocked her on the 38th. Thought that would be the end. But it was just the beginning of her desperation spiral. What came next? She showed up drunk at my brother's place at 3 a.m., screaming my name. Neighbors called the cops. She told them I ruined her life, that her mom wouldn't talk to her, that she got fired because someone sent her boss the screenshots. Her job was in finance, and apparently dating a fraud personal trainer while crying about financial abuse online didn't go over well. She claimed I'd stolen her money, that I'd manipulated her, told friends I was controlling, that I'd cut her off financially. She even tried to frame me for stealing her dad's inheritance, $50,000. Claimed I drained it before leaving. But we had a joint account with $3,000 in it, and I took half. When I called my lawyer friend Jessica, she wasn't surprised. She's building a case, Jessica said. A fake one, but she's planning to sue you. And that's when I started documenting everything. Every text, every transfer, every dollar spent. But karma wasn't done with her yet. Her own mother, who once called me the son she never had, reached out with an envelope full of proof. Screenshots of Sarah's secret plan with an ex named Marcus. Turns out, she'd been planning to leave me for him for 2 years. Derek was just a distraction. Marcus was married, had a kid, and Sarah had given him the inheritance to invest in their future. He lost it all in crypto. I nearly fell over laughing. Sarah's mom gave me everything. Said, she's my daughter. But what she did to you was evil. I filed for a protective order after Sarah tried faking text messages making me look like an abuser. The judge took one look at the real evidence, including her messages saying, I'll make him look controlling. Everyone will believe me. And signed the order on the spot. Sarah tried to represent herself in court after her lawyer dropped her. Showed up crying in a dress I bought her for our anniversary. Claimed I manipulated the narrative. Claimed I turned everyone against her. But the judge wasn't buying it. Case closed. Literally. But even after the courtroom fell silent, her lies still echoed across the internet. She started posting cryptic Instagram stories, throwing pity parties for herself with filtered photos and quotes about surviving narcissistic abuse. Pretending she had been left with nothing but broken pieces. She shared old photos of us with captions like, I miss when things were simple, or, some people change, and not for the better. Friends from our shared past reached out, confused, asking if I was okay, if maybe she deserved another chance. I said nothing, because sometimes silence is louder than any defense. I let her drown in her own noise, and then came the final blow, not from me, but from Marcus's wife. Remember her? The one Sarah's been cheating with behind everyone's back? She hired a ruthless lawyer, The type who doesn't just fight back. She obliterates. She found out about the affair, about the secret account, about Sarah's role in the destruction of her marriage. And in our state, alienation of affection is still very much a legal weapon. To avoid being dragged into another legal war and yet another public humiliation, Sarah quietly settled. But with what money? She had none left. The car was sold. The designer bags she bought with my credit card? Gone too. And the best part? Her own mother demanded she pay me back every cent of that $5,000 shopping spree. She handed me the cash in person, said, "I'm sorry my daughter turned into this, but I'm not letting her get away with it." Now Sarah's working 2 jobs, retail in the day, waiting tables at night. She moved back in with her mom, who runs her life like a drill sergeant now. Therapy twice a week, no lies, no victimhood, just accountability. Derek? He vanished. Word on the street is he's in Florida, running the same trainer scam with a new batch of vulnerable women. His ex-girlfriend? Doing great. Started her own fitness channel. Blew up online after the story went viral. Karma, it seems, has a way of rewarding the right people eventually. And me? I'm more than okay. I got the new job I wanted. One that appreciates integrity and doesn't judge a man by someone else's lies. I found a peaceful apartment, slept in a bed without secrets, and took myself out for dinner the night my credit score recovered from her revenge shopping spree. I'm in therapy too, and honestly, it's been life-changing. I've learned that you can love someone with every ounce of your being and still walk away when they keep handing you broken pieces of themselves and asking you to build a future alone. Funny thing, when you stop paying $500 a month for someone else's unhappiness, you discover you can actually afford joy.
I'm saving.
Planning. Not just financially, but emotionally. I've even been on a few dates. Disasters, mostly. But for the first time, I'm seeing red flags for what they are, not challenges to overcome. I know what I want now. More importantly, I know what I'll never tolerate again. Lies disguised as confusion. Affairs dressed as self-discovery. Manipulation packaged as emotion. I'll never again be someone's emotional punching bag while they pretend to be healing. Sarah still tries to reach out. From different numbers, different emails. The messages flip between, "I miss you," "You ruined me," "We deserved better," and "I still love you." But I don't respond. I just screenshot. My lawyer says to keep everything, just in case. I know she's reading this too. She still checks my Reddit. Still obsessed with the story she wrote. A story where she's the victim, and I'm the villain. But deep down, she knows the truth. And that's enough for me. To anyone out there who's been told, "I love you, but I'm not happy," hear me when I say this. That sentence might be the beginning of your freedom, not your end. Don't chase someone who keeps walking away. Don't let their confusion become your burden. Life is too short to be unhappy, but it's also too short to be a placeholder in someone else's escape plan. So tonight, I'm pouring myself a drink, celebrating not just the end of a toxic relationship, but the beginning of a new one, the one I have with myself. No lies, no secrets, no manipulation, just peace, just freedom, just me. Like, subscribe, and stay tuned. Because the only stories worth living are the ones where you finally choose yourself. And that's just 1 month in.